This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
It's a changing Congress in Tamil Nadu. Karthi P. Chidambaram is trying to do a Rahul Gandhi. But is the Congress now openly fighting within itself? The faction war in the party out in the open.
திரு கார்த்தி தம்பர்கள் தேவைப்பட்டால் எங்களுக்கு நல்ல ஆலோசனை வழங்கலாம். அதை விட்டு ஏதோ இளைஞர் சவரதான் உருவாக்கியது போல் பேசிக்கொள்வதை உடனடியாக நிறுத்திக் கொள்ள வேண்டும்.
NDTV Hindu tracks the traumatic journey of the Tamils on board a Canadian ship. Will at least half of them walk into the free world? As the Chief Minister tells the entrance examination is a bad idea, the students come in support of the state. Still waiting for your tax returns for the previous years, the Income Tax Department opens their doors for 15 days for a refund camp. A.R. Rahman sets the official tune for the Commonwealth Games. He dedicates it to the father of the nation.
Oh yaro, ye India, bula liya.
And guess who's Rajinikanth's wordsmith? Vairamuthu's son, Karki, plays Scrabble for Rajinikanth in Endiran and NDTV Hindu exclusive. From Karki of the Congress to Karki of the big movie Endiran, the newsmakers are all here tonight on your show. Headlines now. I'm Radhika Iyer. Before we give you a dose of news from Chennai, let's see what's the national headline. PDP chief Madani accused in Bangalore blast case not yet arrested, says he has fever, gets himself checked. The farmers' agitation in UP rocks both houses of parliament. No decision yet on pay hike for MPs. Key ministers A.K. Antony and Chidambaram oppose salary hike. Other MPs want more money. Police allege a political hand in the shoe attack on the Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah. A 3-day encounter at Rajouri in Jammu and Kashmir comes to an end. An army jawan and 3 terrorists have been killed. And the CWG OC sets yet another deadline for the completion of projects and says preparations are well on track. Is Karthi P. Chidambaram the new face of a changing Congress party in Tamil Nadu? The aggressive Rahul Gandhi kind of politician? He has said that the Congress should be given 78 seats in the next assembly polls. That has not gone down too well with a section of the Congress in the state. But it sure is an indication that Karthi is attempting a Rahul Gandhi with a hope to change the fortunes of his party in the state. The Congress in the centre may be tackling the pressure from the opposition over price rise. But the Congress in the state is clearly acting pricey. On one hand, EVK's Ilangovan 2 weeks ago told NDTV Hindu exclusively that the Congress could go it alone in the next assembly polls.
I personally feel that Congress should contest on its own and win all the 234 seats.
Then came the feelers from Amma at her rally in Trichy.
Congress ஆதரவு அளிப்பதால்தான் கருணாநிதி அரசு நீடித்துக் கொண்டிருக்கிறது. காங்கிரஸை அமைச்சரவையில் சேர்த்துக் கொள்ளக்கூடிய பரந்த மனம் கருணாநிதிக்கு இல்லை. ஆனால் தனது குடும்ப உறுப்பினர்களுக்கும் திமுகவினருக்கும் வளம் கொழிக்கும் இலாக்காக்களை மத்திய அமைச்சரவையில் பெற்றுக்கொண்டார். இதுதான் கருணாநிதியின் தரம்.
And now the son of the country's home minister, Karthi P. Chidambaram, has politely asked for the Congress's pound of flesh, nothing less than 78 seats in the next assembly polls. But that is not such an easy task for the Congress in Tamil Nadu, ailing with reported factionalism. For now, there is already resistance from one faction over Karthi's hopes to seek 78 seats.
திரு கார்த்தி தேவர் அவர்கள் இனி வரும் காலங்களிலே இளைஞர் காங்கிரஸ் சம்பந்தப்பட்ட எந்த ஒரு நிகழ்ச்சியிலும் பங்கு பெறக்கூடாது என்று மாநில தலைவர் முறையில் அவரை கேட்டுக்கொள்கின்றேன்.
The AIADMK chief Jayalalitha's meeting with the Congress President Sonia Gandhi in January this year and the DMK's open declaration that their alliance is intact, the Congress for now is on a high. With Shabir Ahmed and Peer Mohammed, Radhika Iyer for NDTV Hindu. My colleague Shabir Ahmed now joins us live. Shabir, it seems that while the DMK and the AIADMK, which are the two big parties in the state, are of course making their agenda to just ahead of that big assembly polls next month, it seems that the Congress here is trying to make a big impact, at least acting pricey for now. But what's the way ahead for the Congress really, Shabir? Are they seeing as someone who's ailing with factionalism within themselves and fighting themselves?
Well, Radhika, what Kartik Chidambaram says is something which is the latest strategy of the Congress. That is what we have been hearing from our sources, because on one hand, Ilangovan is demanding 110 seats for the Congress, and he also wants the Congress to go it alone if the DMK is not ready to part with 110 seats. On the other hand, Kartik Chidambaram is demanding 78 seats. So this is the strategy for as of now of the Congress. But ultimately, the High Command will be the deciding factor. It will decide which way the Congress will go. But definitely they are mounting pressure on the DMK and the AIADMK at this point in time, because they have been both the Dravidian parties are trying to woo the Congress, but which way ahead the Congress will go, that is something which is completely lies with the Congress High Command at the center. But according to sources, what we have been told is that as of now, both the DMK High Command and the Congress High Command, the relationship between the both is intact, and so far we will have to wait and see how this entire drama unfolds from now on, Radhika.
Right, Shabir, thanks very much for that update. Clearly, the Congress now will make sure that even if the DMK and the Congress alliance is intact, they will at least make sure that the DMK sort of softens its big brother stance, which has been affecting the Congress party within the state. Moving on, mixed opinions coming out a day after the Chief Minister made a statement objecting to the central government's proposal to introduce a common entrance exam for medical and engineering aspirants, indicating that the state and the centre are at loggerheads on this issue. In a letter addressed to the Prime Minister, Dr. Singh, and the Union Health Minister, the Chief Minister Karunanidhi, has said that such an exam would prove detrimental to lakhs of rural students in the state. Recently, the Medical Council of India had suggested that a central examination be conducted for selecting students to medical colleges. But Karunanidhi has now raised his objections to this. Although the Dean of the Madras Medical College says a common test is good, students by and large have come in support of the Chief Minister's statement.
Then what is the need to have separate entrance examination to fix this alone, for selection alone? That is, have no meaning. They may even ask some questions out of syllabus, because unless they, strictly speaking, it is not exclusively from this. There may be some general questions, so many things are there. All these things, only certain students have advantage to undergo special training or special coaching in that, for entrance exam oriented coaching. Only these poor students may not have access to all those things, and they may not even afford to undergo such
gets courses. Another chance to show his talent somewhere, right? So his chances are not over. You get another chance where you can still be there with him.
Goes through entrance examination, he will be chosen only based on his marks and not through his caste.
If there is an entrance examination for an MBBS seat, that will become like a business-like industry. There will be more coaching classes. People could not afford to study for such exams, paying a high cost of money.
கிராமப்புறங்களிலிருந்து வர மாணவர்கள் வந்து ஒரு நுழைவுத் தேர்வு பற்றியான சரியான ஒரு ஐடியா இல்லாமல் வருவாங்க. அவங்களோட டீச்சர்ஸ் வந்து அது சரியாக வந்து கைட் பண்ணியிருக்க மாட்டாங்க, எப்படி ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணுறதுன்னு அப்படின்னு. ஸோ அவங்க வந்து என்னதான் வந்து 12th வந்து 200 out of 199 வாங்கியிருந்தாலும் அவங்க என்ட்ரன்ஸில் வந்து 50 marks எடுத்துட்டாங்கனாலே ஃபுல்லாக போயிடும்.
If you're still waiting for the refund from the income tax of the previous years, then here's some hope. Income tax assessees who have not received their refund for the filing year 2008 and 9 and the previous filing years have something to cheer about. The Income Tax Department has organized a 15-day camp at the Aikar Bhavan in Nungambakam starting today. The taxpayers will be able to talk to their respective officials and get their grievances addressed. The documents that need to be taken include the acknowledgement receipt, the PAN card and other related documents such as Form 16. So remember, you have all the documents in place before you go there to ensure that all your doubts have been clarified, because rarely Does the income tax official conduct any such exhibition or such camps for us to get some clarity on that tedious process of getting a refund or even filing tax returns? Moving on, NDTV Hindu has been tracking every bit of a human tragedy unfolding far away in Canada, but having equal resonance here in Tamil Nadu as well. Now, 490 Tamils who risked their lives to escape Sri Lanka are gearing up for another long haul on board MV Sun Sea. For the next 48 hours, the hundreds of Tamils, including young women and children, will be doing quite some explaining on why they came calling on Canada shores by eating 1 square meal a day over a period of 3 months.
It's a journey that 490 Tamils took, not knowing whether they would ever make it to their destination. And NDTV Hindu has been tracking each day of their traumatic wait. Starting today, the next few months, perhaps years, will decide the future of these Tamil refugees. All 490 of them on board MV Sun Sea. The asylum seekers will be grilled for any criminal precedents or terror links. The Canadian government even raising the stink of human smuggling.
Smuggling is a despicable crime, and any attempted abuses of our nation's generosity for financial gain are utterly unacceptable.
But the Tamil community in Canada is gearing up for a big fight ahead. Many point out these Tamils have put their own life at risk with the single-minded intention of staying alive.
Since the end of May 2009, many Tamils have tried to escape their turmoil in Sri Lanka. Many are witnesses to war crimes, and many more have been victimized by the war.
The Conservative government is definitely using the migrant people for their own political ends. I've asked the government to work with other partners like the United Nations High Commission for Refugees to set up regional processing centers in countries like Sri Lanka so individuals can apply in those countries for refugee status.
Many of these Tamils will eventually end up getting asylum. But that life with limited human rights may be better than none at all back home in Jaffna. And most are hoping that they can hold on till the end, unlike one of the migrants who gave up last month. Sai Manish for NDTV Hindu.
Time now for our special focus on celebrating Madras. We here at NDTV Hindu are celebrating the sights and sounds and just the color and flavor and crowd about Madras. Here we call it Celebrating Madras. Now, we've all heard of cricket, but have you ever heard or maybe even seen once a famous game called crocker? Well, if you thought that it was a game that could be watched in days of the British, that's not the case anymore, at least here in Chennai. It's a game played by the students at the Don Bosco School in Egmore, exclusive to this particular school. Sudarshan has this report.
This is an old age tradition in Don Bosco. When the lunch bell goes off, students make a beeline for the sports room. All they want is a kit to play crocker, which is unique to this school in Egmore.
One game that is very popular only among DB students, and we feel proud that certain games, they have certain rules and regulations. Some form games, it's something like that where we had crocker and DB. And the experiences during school time was we had 4 houses, blue, green, red, yellow, and we used to, the friends, during lunch breaks and all, we'd be together playing the crocker.
The game's uniqueness lies in its set of quirky rules, which makes it difficult for the batsmen to last long at the crease.
We have some very unique rules. For instance, if the ball hits you in any part of your body, you'll be half out. If you hit the ball and you don't run, you're half out. So, and if the ball, if you get outplayed on, that is, hits the bat and hits the stumps, it's again half out. So this half out concept is unique.
But in the last few years, with many games available on the campus for the students, the popularity of crocker has diminished. But now the school, with the help of its former students, is trying to revive crocker.
Crocker, this is a game only in Don Bosco. Only for the past 7-8 years it is not here, but I am planning to revive it.
These former students of Don Bosco don't have any illusions about crocker. They know it's a sport with a loose structure and can't be compared with games like cricket. but they nevertheless love it, more because it is unique to their dear old school. In Chennai with Sudarshan, Zoya Thomas for NDTV Hindu.
A cracker of a sport, crocker. All the news up ahead, and the last one in the bulletin but not the least. Rajinikanth says there are no punch dialogues in Endiran, but we asked the man who wrote the dialogues himself. It's an exclusive here. Don't go anywhere.